just a poor boy.
Coming at you live from DNHQ in beautiful South Pasadena, California. This is the Blue Heaven Podcast. Wait, hey, why aren't you?
Here's your button.
All of a sudden, the button did not want to work friendly like. What's going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me as Real FRG on Twitter and Instagram. Sorry for being a couple minutes late. Traffic. That's what I'm saying. Let's say traffic. Meds.
Driving with my chapstick. What's up, guys? My name is Brooke. You can find me at RealBrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. On today's show, Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. I can't go much higher than that. We need to win. And in order to facilitate that win, we are here in person where our record is 2-0.
Gooder.
Moss gooder than being away from each other. So, to start, the shot that gets us going.
Oh, thank you, Jim Beam. Thank you, Dugout Mugs. Oh, yeah.
Chaser.
It's 12 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
You guys should get a not real job so you can do this.
I mean, you know, sometimes you just gotta drink at work. We'll talk a little bit about losing Game 2 in embarrassing fashion. We're going to be back at it again with the Braves, like you said. We have the right guy on the mound. I do have a little bit of concern with him being on the mound in a day game, but we'll talk about that. Starting lineups, pitching matchup, all that stuff, all that and more, and yada, yada. Guys, we are a podcast, so if you can't watch us live and hang out with us live, you can listen to this as a podcast. We're on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all your spots. Podcasts are available for free. We live there. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. You'll be glad you did. Also, play along with what is it? The Pick Your Click game. We have a game on our Dodgers Nation app. Download the app right now. I don't have the correct graphic loaded up here because we have been doing this, apart. I've been doing this from home. But, yeah, you can win a $100 gift card to Amazon.com if you guess more things correct that are going to happen in the game than the other person. So download that, what is it? Call Your Shot predictions game. It's on the app. It's in the fan zone. Check it out. Thank you.
I would say Jim Beam burps don't hit quite the same way that Modelo burps hit. Just FYI for those at home following along. Drink responsibly. I don't know what the word is to say. Guys, don't forget this is a live show. We do this every game before every preseason or postseason game. We're going to do this for the rest of the year. Hopefully it goes into the World Series and we get to be doing this deep into October because I'm not ready to start spooky season yet. So make sure you follow along with us.
I'm just saying, I'm ready to do this through the World Series. I don't know if the Dodgers are ready to want to do this during the World Series because it doesn't feel that way to me. I'm not feeling it right now.
That's fine. Make sure you guys drop into the comments. Let us know where you're watching today. A lot of you probably watching from work today, in which, if that's the case, we're not going to tell your boss because we don't know them and we don't know you. Christian over on YouTube says, indeed, a stupid start time. I'm going right now, but I think it has to do with the Laker game today at 7.
Yep.
Probably has a big thing to do with it a little bit. Also, the fact that the way the championship series and the AL lines up, potential clinch day. So, yeah, tits what it tits is what Clint likes to say. Leslie over on Facebook says, I blame Brooke for being MIA on Sunday. Yeah, the solo dolo birthday happy hour fun time.
You left me alone on my birthday?
Did you play with yourself?
Yeah, I played with myself. It was a good time. We had fun, I think. I don't know. I was there.
I don't know.
Right as the show starts, Nachos walk in the room, and I'm like, oh.
The Nachos walked in?
Yeah.
That's impressive. Darren Shepard over on YouTube says, let's turn this around. Anthony Keene says, yo, happy Tuesday, my dudes. Anthony, it's a weird day. Hi. Dushan Falls on Facebook says, where's Trey Turner? Did you see the missing poster on Twitter that popped up for Trey Turner? Yeah, that was good. I like that a lot.
Justin Turner, Trey Turner, these boys have got to show back up. They got to remember that there's baseball to be played. It seems like everything that can go wrong is going wrong with the offense. They're bass backwards, as I've said. They are not swinging at the right time, at the right pitches. Whenever they decide to have their bat on the shoulder, it's a hittable pitch. Whenever they decide to swing first pitch, it's something that's nasty in the dirt or whatever. I think at this point, I hope to never see A.J. Pollock in the lineup again because he's clearly not a major league hitter in the postseason.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Like, have you seen him just take the same exact swing over change-ups in the dirt?
I think I'm allowed to have a click to pick today, by the way. It hasn't gone well for the first 2 games of the series, so I got some good click to picks today.
On YouTube, Samantha Fernandez is checking in from Kauai, Hawaii. 11 a.m. start time out there for her.
Kauai's beautiful. I'll be there at some point. I love Kauai. I got really hammered at a luau in Kauai and ate all of their food.
Rafa-san season, that's a lot. On Twitch says, is Muncy out for the whole NLCS? It's looking that way.
You had predicted if it goes 7, there's a chance he just shows up.
I still am predicting sneaky boys. I think they're doing some real sneakies happening in the background. if we're being professional about it and realistic. What else we got? Anthony Keenan, I don't know if you already said it. Yo, happy Tuesday, my dudes. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody really enjoyed as much as they could the Monday off.
Yeah.
Because I did.
I didn't think about baseball for 1 second except when I was working.
Yeah. I had to go around and do that hunt for things for us to bull crap about on the website, and eventually found some things and yada yada. Then I was like, please, no baseball. Didn't watch a lick of that damn ALCS game. I don't care. Not a fan of either of those teams, to be honest.
I don't care about former players.
No, I mean I like Alex Verdugo.
I like Alex Verdugo. Good kid. I'm happy for him. I don't really care about
I think it's funny that all of a sudden it's not like Kike Hernandez never had multiple opportunities to step up as a starter in the postseason for the Dodgers and never could. But now all of a sudden
they're like, we should have re-signed him. And I was like, okay, well, we saw what he did
block
before.
me again, bitch.
Isn't that, did Yasmani block you too? Or
No, that was just you. Yeah, I was never as hard on him.
He didn't like the Yasmani pass ball.
Yeah, Yasmini pass ball.
Yeah.
Kevin is checking in from Ontario.
Canada. Oh.
Clayton, I don't know. That's a lot of extra words when we say that. Ricardo.
Good morning, eh? I don't know.
Top of the afternoon, eh? Because I think they're ahead of us.
Dude.
It depends on which Ontario's that way. Yes,
north.
Yeah. Well, I know it's north. Ricardo on Facebook says, "Let's do it for Tommy." By the way, we should have our friends in the our official Dodgers Nation group on Facebook. I think you guys also are on this because it was broken for a while, but now I fixed it, so that's a thing. But yeah, let's look back very briefly. I don't want to think all that much about Game 2 because it was the frustrating, but we're seeing the effects pretty quick of the. I don't even know. Like, is it ill-advised? It's very much unexpected the way the pitching staff has been managed, and we're seeing Scherzer come in relief. And like Dave said, he was asked a lot yesterday by our friend of the show, Bill Plunkett, OC Register. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are these starters coming in relief? And Dave was like, well, I mean, Max doesn't come in there. We don't know if we're having this conversation.
Right.
Fair point on both sides, but still, you made it this far, having your three horse starters starting every 5 days, and your bullpen you had faith in, and now all of a sudden you don't have that faith apparently, or it's getting too cute.
So I have mixed reviews about it.
Yeah.
Personally, myself, I have two different viewpoints of it. And one side, you have Dave Roberts doing the classic postseason thing that he does, which is overmanaging, which he's very famous for. And so that kind of sucks, and we don't like that. Tim Rogers has a lot to say about Dave Roberts overmanaging. He's very, very knowledgeable about that and has a lot of opinions about it, and I respect a lot of them. On the other side, Dave is being far more unpredictable than he has ever been in his entire managerial career, which, he said, he's like, it's different, and different doesn't always mean bad.
Yeah.
But different is bad when it fails twice. So that's the problem so far, is that, yes, you're being unpredictable. Yes, you're doing things that nobody expected from you. Yes, it's hard to counter that as an opposing manager. But it also has not worked out for you. I like that he's going in different directions. I like that he's mixing things up. I like that he's changing the direction of what he would normally do, and he's not going off of the script and being very predictable and thus easier to manage against. He outmanaged Gabe Kapler, and that is not an easy thing to do because Gabe Kapler is a very good manager despite what everyone says about him. But he outmanaged him, and let's be honest, Doc outmanaged everybody in 2020. I mean, top to bottom outmanaged everybody. You could say had all the talent won it for him, and that's all good and great and grand, but we've seen a lot of really good dream teams that have failed miserably because they don't have good management, and Dave has managed them very well. So
shout out Aaron Boone.
There you go. Game 1 makes the questionable decision, goes to Kenley before Blake. Obviously, if that had gone differently, we'd be like, what a great move, Dave. What a great move indeed. Did not go that way. Kenley did his job. Blake did not do his job. And then you go Julio in the 8th inning in Game 2. That one to me was way more like, what are we doing? Wait. What's happening here? Because Scherzer in Game 5 made sense. The way we were going, the way things were trending, the number of bullpen arms we'd already used, the number of leverage guys that you need. Scherzer made sense. I get that. Going Julio in the 8th, though, when you have Justin Brule locked and loaded and ready to go and fire off.
Can also get another 3 outs maybe out of Blake Trinan.
You can absolutely get another 3 outs out of Blake Trinan. Obviously, you're kind of sacrificing him for the next day, but I think if you're willing to take that first win in a bullpen game and you have Scherzer lined up for the second game, I think you gotta kind of roll the dice there, Doc. So 2 back-to-back decisions. I mean, Doc cited trusting Julio more than Justin Brule almost without actually saying that directly, but it was hey, it's a big spot.
I get.
Brule hasn't been there.
And he's right to do that.
He is
Justin
correct.
Brule has, 18 career big league games. And he's a dude who came absolutely out of nowhere. When he came up, I don't even think, Tim, SD Dodger Tim, our prospects expert, probably knew about him. But he's a guy that very few folks knew who the hell he was. He seemed like they signed him out of a Costco parking lot, which I think they might have done. I think he was throwing there.
He was getting bulk paper towels.
Yeah. Pretty much. The problem is, and MG on YouTube says it here, Dave is the easy scapegoat,
Yes.
which 100% is, and that's where the media is choosing to focus on. That's what we're kind of choosing to focus on so far early. However, our guys play the game. It has not been the pitching. It has not been pitching's fault. It has not been pitching decisions' fault. Maybe a little bit in game 2 with Julio coming in, because the Braves were just ready to straight up attack Julio and jump on him, and they did a great job doing it. They didn't. Dodgers didn't play overly clean that inning. Poyo's got to be ready. You don't expect him to take that, but that's where you expect the unexpected sort of thing, but. It's not the pitching. They're not struggling, as Dave Roberts said yesterday. They're not struggling preventing runs. That's not the problem. The problem is the offense has not shown up. The Dodgers have scored, I think it was 20. I forgot how many runs. 23 runs this postseason, and 9 and 7 of those came in two different games. Right. They have allowed 3 or fewer runs in 6 of the 8 postseason games so far, and have lost 2 of those. If you're allowing 3 runs, and there's only one game where they allowed the 3 runs. So in 7 of the postseason games, 5 of 8 postseason games, they've allowed 2 or fewer earned runs. You need to win those games, and the offense has not shown up. They have not shown up at all.
And that makes it a lot easier to criticize decisions. That makes it a lot easier to criticize pitching, because a lot of things, fall back. If you get walked off on in the 9th, it's easy to look at the arms and be like, well, they gave up that hit. They gave up that particular, you can argue all you want that Corey Seager should have made that play, but you also argued, and as well as I do, that when you're playing behind a pitcher like that, you're blocked for 95% of that ball until it gets right on you. And
Kenley's a wide boy.
Kenley is he's not a door, he's not a window, he's a door.
and his glove went up for most of the travel of that ball, because it just went over the tip of his glove.
It did. And of course, big leaguers got to make that play. Big leaguers, there's no reason he should have gone to a backhand pick on that. But again, it's one of those things where he might have seen it very last second, because he is a big league shortstop, and they're not going to make that play with the runner on second, the winning run on second, nonetheless. At the very least, he's going to throw his entire big-ass body in front of it and knock that down and keep it in the infield, but it did not happen. You can blame him. I think I fall more on your side, where it's like he didn't see that ball. It was right on him too fast. And so it happened. But again, it's one of those things where when the offense continually doesn't come through in big situations and big spots, it's a lot easier to look at those smaller things and be like, that's the issue, that's an issue, that's an issue, that's an issue. Of course, but if those bats are coming through, we don't have any of these conversations.
There are so many things. Well, yeah, usually the bats can hide a lot of these conversations we need to have. I like what Christopher said here on YouTube, saying Pollock and Souza being used. Really, the Souza one being used as a defensive replacement.
The Souza 15 hopper home that almost got him at the plate.
That was something where right away, and that's where you start to feel the effects of not having a Max Muncy, because you wouldn't need to move Mookie to center.
Right.
Souza would not be on this roster, and we're in a lot better spot. But that really set the tone quite quick for Julio to give up to those 2 runs in that inning.
He threw a freaking lawn dart home, dude. I think it happened in the infield.
That was Rosario, right? Like Eddie Rosario wanted this, or whatever the hell his name is. I can't remember right now. He wanted that game, and he went out and got it. With stealing the base off of flat-footed Pollock in left field, and then coming home on a Souza who did not expect him to be running there. And Mookie, that boy was not going if Mookie was out there and right.
Absolutely not. You got a cannon. You got a guy who's aware of situations. You got a guy who's going to make the right throw. Will also should have arguably had that lawn dart, but that's another thing entirely, because he does struggle with the ball close to the runner, and that is something to keep in mind. But regardless, when you're that shallow, you got to make it at least a one-hop throw, brother. Come on, man. I can make that throw, and I got a garbage arm.
Right somewhere like right here. Ricardo says it. let's talk about these next 3 games. Let's forget about 1 and 2. I'm ready. We're moving on. We know what we got to do now. We got to score more points than the other team. Sports are simple. Score more points than the other team. I had somebody get mad at me for calling them points in my solo stream.
Yeah, there's points technically.
Yeah.
They're runs, but
I'm aware.
They're points.
It's part
points,
of the bit.
Runs.
That one guy. Been in my head, man. How are you feeling today? You got Walker Buehler on the bump in a very awkward 2 o'clock start in Los Angeles. We're going to have sunlight. We're going to have #shadows late in the game. So somebody's got to come out and put some runs on the board first. What do you think about this game? What do you think about Walker on the bump?
You noted the day games, which is arguably an issue. However, the stats do support that he is technically better this year in day games, technically speaking. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about postseason. We're not talking about anything like that at the moment. We're talking about technically across the board in 2021, he's been slightly better in day games. However, he is throwing a hell of a lot of innings. He did just throw off a short rest in the division series, but he pitched very well off of that short rest against a team that he's kind of struggled with in 2021. Mm-hmm. So that's a good sign for me. He's also a big game Walker Buehler, the biggest game pitcher that the Dodgers have arguably ever had. This is a big game for sure. You don't want to go down 3-0. It's not necessarily the worst case scenario, which is great, but good success against the Braves this season, facing him once, 7 innings, punched out 5. I think it was one of those weird ground ball games that he has every once in a while where he's just like, I'm just going to pound the zone and let him hit it on the ground as hard as they can. I worry that Jock is the worst matchup for him. Yeah. A fastball heavy guy against up in the zone who was going up against a guy who likes the fastball up in the zone doesn't exactly spell success for Buehler. Yeah. So I think to see a heavy dose of breaking balls to Jock, who also hit a breaking ball out, obviously. Against, it was a hanging breaking ball for sure.
Yeah, you cut her in on his wrists and you spike him. If you walk Jock, don't get beat by Jock in LA, because I really don't, honestly, I don't know how I feel about watching the fan base turn on Jock tonight or today, because it'll happen if he comes out and
I really like them turning on Jock. I really have enjoyed fans unfollowing Jock on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that.
Is that a thing?
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Oh man, people are fickle AF.
Oh, I love it so much. I mean, look, dude, I love Jock. I think he's great. I'm really happy that he went and chased the bag and got money for his family, and he's enjoying his life, and he's living it up wherever he goes. I think he's coming out of his shell much more than he did in LA. I think he didn't really feel super comfortable like being himself necessarily, and now he's this, blonde tipped, pearl wearing crazy dude.
Bad bitch.
I love him, man. He's living it. So I'm fine with us turning on him though. This is what we do. This is postseason baseball, baby. He doesn't matter. He's dead to me right now. I'll love him again next year.
Yeah, that's fine. I love him in the offseason. Veronica had to unfriendly him.
I've never been friendly.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. We still admit that. I think the biggest thing is I'm sad we never got the resolution on the toilet paper thing, because we don't know if he's a behind or an over. I'm pretty sure he's never replaced a toilet paper roll in his life. He doesn't know how that works.
Really have to go back and listen to that, because when I asked him that, I might have done a hard reset on his brain on accident. Like he just shut down for I thought we lost him on the phone because for 10 seconds it was just silent. He was just like, what? And I was like, uh-oh.
Go back to what was that, June of 2020. We had Jock on the show. Good time. Friend of the show. Nice. He's a nice kid, but we don't like him no more. Interested. My boy Tristan says LA Jock wasn't a douche looking guy, so it's okay to turn on him now. Whatever.
I like his style now, man. He looks cool.
That's just because you have a mullet and that dirt lip.
Look, I'm all about expressing how you feel on the inside, guys. And this is how I feel.
You feel like a mullet
on the inside.
Oh man. Jock's friend Walker Buehler has been good against the Braves this year. He's been pretty good against him in the career. He has a lot of postseason experience against the Braves, which should play up. His mortal enemy outside of Jock. His mortal enemy, Ronald Acuna Jr., is not in the lineup. They still don't have Jorge Soler, but Austin Riley's a beast. He's scary right now. You remember when the Dodgers had that somebody who would elicit some fear that they can just double or dong at will?
Right.
Yeah, I missed that.
He's the 2021 version of Steven Pearce in the World Series against the Dodgers, which is why
is there always one?
You shouldn't be good. You shouldn't be doing this well against us. We should know how to pitch to you, but we can't quite get around you yet. Again, questionable decision making. The second that he took second base, I was like, you don't pitch to Austin Riley here. There's absolutely no way you pitch to Austin Riley here. But it is what it is.
Jose Ramirez says Pearl Stonk rising.
Pearl Stonk.
Stonks.
Yeah, Pearl sales have skyrocketed in the ATL.
Long-time enemy, Charlie Morton on the bump for the Braves because it seems like he just goes and signs with the team that's going to end up playing the Dodgers in the postseason.
That's part of his signing bonus.
Yeah, he's like, are we going to play them? Good, I'm in. I want to beat them again at some point. Long history, long postseason history against this dude. Got him last year. I don't know how we did. How did we do this year against him? Did we face him this year? I think we did.
Mixed reviews. Mixed reviews. He
Okay.
had like 6 innings with a run and then 4 runs in the first start of the year. So mixed reviews on him. But he also had, 5 earned runs and 4 innings in the World Series in 2020. We got to him. We needed to get to him in that game for sure.
But that was when Justin Turner could hit.
Right. That was back then. JT has a really good, matchup versus him, which is, I won't spoil anything for you yet, but he was lights out against us in the 2017 World Series. A lot of those random ass dudes were.
I won't spoil the past for you yet.
Yeah, a lot of those dudes were. But
Bang, bang.
again, the 2017 World Series Astros team was really good.
Yes. But Morton's a guy you can get to. He's fastball, slider curve type dude. He's a guy these Dodgers can get to as long as they're not just swinging over the slider. So luckily, very luckily for all of us, AJ Pollock is not in this lineup. Cody Bellinger has been seeing the ball better. Chris Taylor's probably been putting up the best at bats for the most part, but oddly enough, not when runners are in scoring position. The Dodgers have been piss poor at swinging at strikes with runners in scoring position and less than 2 out. My biggest key to this series and to this postseason is they need, and I've said it I think now last couple of times doing this, they need to get better at bringing home that run from third with less than 2 out, because I think they're 0 for the postseason in getting home a goddamn sac fly. That's embarrassing. If you don't want to play, don't be there. Why'd you beat the Giants if you guys don't want to win in the postseason?
It's always a strikeout or a foul out.
The foul out
it's
is
just the little pop out foul to first where you're like, oh, come on, man, are you kidding me? It's not easy. I get it. I understand that, but it should be easier for you. Speaking of focal points,
give us your Game 3 focal points.
A lot of stuff that's got to go right for Game 3, but the most important thing for me is Dave has to manage this bullpen well, because 3 games in LA, that is a really good chance to outmanage Brian Snitker. Because you got the better guys, you got the more deep arms, you have the availability, you have the depth to get you through 3 games really efficiently. He doesn't quite have that same kind of depth. He doesn't have that kind of efficiency from guys out of the bullpen. He doesn't have a lot of multiple innings kind of guys in that bullpen. You can take advantage of this. One thing that you really need to do today is get Charlie Morton out of that game as fast as you possibly can. Get that pitch count up. Hit the ball when it's in the freaking zone. Please do that. For the love of God, please do that. But no matter what we're talking about, we can talk about pitching and defense all day long. Offense has to show up one way or another. Trey Turner absolutely has to show up one way or another. Gavin Lux, another dude that has to show up because he is the spark plug. He does get us going. Maybe arguably hasn't had the chance to do so in the championship series yet, but kind of has. He's the guy that needs to go. AJ Pollock sits. This is a good time. This is a good
Great
lineup
time
to get going. This is a good spark plug type of offense to get them reignited again and get a fire under their ass.
A big, I would say, like additive positive. That's what I'm gonna go with. That's an
positive
expression. An additional positive to getting Morton out of this game early. One, it means you're probably ahead. You're probably winning that game, but that gets the bullpen going earlier in a series where you're playing, or in a stretch where you're playing 3 games in a row in Los Angeles. You're playing 3 games in a row in enemy territory. If they win 2, they win the series and move on. So they want to win 2, but if they're burned out, they're going to really be looking forward to that off day and traveling back to Atlanta and taking care of things there. So let's get into their bullpen. Let's make them work. This has been words I said.
Couple of guys to watch for today, but before we do that, guys, get in your clicks to pick for today. Who do you think's going deep? Who do you think's coming through? Whatever it might be, get those in today. I am not revealing mine quite yet, but some guys to watch. Mookie Betts 7 for 24 lifetime off of Morton with 3 extra base hits. Justin Turner, good matchup for him, 4 for 10 lifetime off of Morton. We also saw him come to life during the postseason against him, which those numbers are not included in here. JT needs to hit, flat out needs to hit, and because of that, Justin Turner and Trey Turner are my clicks to pick for today.
Oh.
The Turner boys coming alive. I'm going to argue the Turner boys both go deep today, as a matter of fact. That's a big click.
You heard it here first, folks. He's going with the worst people, the worst guy here. Going with the worst
If you
people.
pick the worst ones, then you can't really disappoint anybody.
It's fair.
They
Gary
are
Glenn
worst.
says, just hit the damn ball, Dodgers. Gary's getting the point across right here. That's exactly what it is. So, guys, get your picks to click in. If you don't know the lineup, here it is. You got Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, Trey Turner, Will Smith, Justin Turner, Gavin Lux, Cody Bellinger, Chris Taylor, Walker Buehler. No real surprises. You hope for a long, good, deep outing out of Walker Buehler today because you kind of need it. He's now on extra rest after going on short rest, so he should be good. He should be locked in for justice. He should be over the stomach bug he allegedly had coming out of San Francisco. I don't trust you people in San Francisco. You guys are all,
It's that clam chowder, dude. It really gets you. You got to get the real good ones. Over on YouTube, Robert Baker says, Buehler goes deep today.
Oh.
If Walker Buehler goes deep today, I can guarantee you a Dodger win. How about that?
Today is the day. If this team wants to swing for the fences, today is the day. You got the sunshine at Dodger Stadium in October. I do not think the Dodgers play well at Dodger Stadium in October at all because it's a heavy outfield, or it's a heavy air in the outfield, and it knocks a lot of these baseballs down. But if you're going to do it, you do it in a 2 o'clock game. And they need to come out and they need to show out pretty hard. Josh Padilla saying, I'm going with CT3 saying hot. James Chard on YouTube says Lux is going deep. So we got a Lux in there.
Okay.
Anthony says Walker complete game shutout. Ooh, I don't think Dave would let him, but
He would not. He would not let him.
Oh, man. LA says they should have kept Verdugo. Well, then you don't get Mookie Betts. So,
and you don't get a 2020 World Series win.
Tristan says Turner squared, so I'm guessing that one is either both of them or there's the Trey
Times
Turner.
two.
Yeah, no, because there's a trade squared.
Trade to the third power.
T squared is what they call him. T squared.
T squared. Oh.
Matthew Brown says Mookie going deep. Carnivorous Lunar Activity says, hey, where's all the belly haters? You know, you hit, you don't get hate.
You hit, we love you.
Gavin.
He's gonna block you too.
Blake Smith.
Blocked already.
Yeah, we're blocked. Says Justin Turner breaks out of his slump with a 2-run home run to give the Dodgers a 5-1 lead. MG agrees with half of your assessment. JT, yes. Trey, no. Sailed Loner says a lot of words. So, what are all those words?
We don't speak English.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. We're looking for simple right now. But Dodgers pitching 7 for 8, keeping opponents 4 runs or less this postseason. Pitching has not been the problem, as we've said. It's time to start doing the more point scoring.
It's time to Dodger baseball.
It's time to Dodger baseball, as Vin Chully used to say. L.A. says Mookie and Trey. Let's see. Who's going to be my guy? You know what? I am feeling... Man, I was going to say Cody, but I really don't like Cody against...
Anybody?
Pitching.
You can't say anything good about him either.
Yeah, this is fair. Will Smith. Will Smith's my guy. I think it's going to be a...
Big Willie time.
Yeah, it's going to be a Smith dong tonight.
I like that.
If you know what I mean.
Oh.
Yep. LA says, guys, they play in an hour and a half. I know, isn't that stupid? We're doing a noon o'clock show and yada, yada. Scores. Let's do score predictions. Let's get out of here because, driving, travel, etc. Got things to do. I haven't had breakfast yet because YOLO.
I got to go to the game.
I know. I wasn't going to reveal that to the people.
Yeah. If you see me crowd surfing in left field pavilion with a beer in my hand, it wasn't me.
Yeah, no.
It was some other guy with a mullet and a mustache.
It was that one guy from Oracle Park that looked like you with the C in his chest. Yeah.
Screw that guy. I hope his life's terrible right now.
All right, so you did your pick to click. Are you allowed to do score prediction?
Yeah, 5-2 Dodgers today.
5-2 Dodgers. You heard it here, third, folks. I don't know my prediction yet, so let's find some in here. We got 7-6 Dodgers from Kevin. We got 9-2 from LA. 14-7. Oh no, wrong sport. Thank you, El Pepedepides.
Pepedepides?
Yeah,
that's the guy from AM 570.
Yeah.
Pepedepides.
Bill and you. No, that's the other guy. That's Vic. Give us some scores. I'm gonna conjure up.
Jimmy Denson over on Facebook says 10-2 Dodgers win. Jonathan Moon 11-0. Anthony Keene 1-0 Dodgers. And if that's the case, I just don't want to go to this game. Heidi Rebase 7-3. I'm assuming Dodgers. Deborah Young 6-2 Dodgers. Julian 12-3 Dodgers. Veronica 8-4. Ricky Bobby Trujillo 7-3. MG on YouTube says Dodgers 7-2. So a lot of high scoring predictions, a lot of real low scoring predictions. You guys are wild today.
And you guys can mix your predictions. There's still time. Mix your predictions into the fan app, the Dodgers Nation fan app. There's a fan zone. You can play a game. We're playing for a $100 gift card, Amazon gift card right now. We've had 2 winners so far who have got the most points. I didn't catch the name of the most recent winner, but I know the first guy was Brian, and both people have claimed their cards so far. So go.
Good job, everybody.
Go make your predictions there. I'm predicting. I look at that jersey right there, and it says bets, and it says 5-0. It's going to be a 5-0 Dodger win. That's what I decided.
You should just bet that every time.
Bets that every time?
Bets that every time.
Should I put that? Should I put that in the Dodgers Nation fan app? Subscribe.
Subscribe.
I think you did a lot of these.
There's a lot.
A lot of people
predict.
A lot of people are going with the high scoring.
Oh, here's a good
game.
one. This is a good one. I like this one. A sale loaner says 5 for 8 with runners in scoring position today. If they go 5 for 8 with runners in scoring position today, easy dub.
Man, you remember hits with runners in scoring position?
Now let's get rispy with it, baby.
Jonathan is saying Will Smith walk-off win?
Question mark.
So that's a thing. Tristan says 8-1 Dodgers, 5-1, 8-4. We got a lot of scoring. We got a lot of points to do for the Dodgers to score today. So let's get the hell out of here. Let's go watch a Dodger win starting in about an hour and a half-ish. It'll once again be on TBS. So enjoy that. You know, one of the things I love about TBS is that they got a former Brave in the booth with Jeff Rancourt, but there's no Dodger love in there. I'm just saying. Although I think they're doing a fine job. I'd rather hear.
I would like Oral in the booth.
Oh, the damn head turned off. Hold on. Pause. There it is. Because you guys see.
Booth Oral.
I still prefer these dudes over hearing John Smoltz talk about himself. I'm not a Smoltzy guy. But that's about it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you the next time we do this, which will be tomorrow, and hopefully we're happy. Find us on the internet at DodgersNation.com. Subscribe to Blue Heaven. We are a podcast. We're on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all your spots. Podcasts are available for free. We live there. You can download us there. Leave a review. Rate the show. We'd really, really appreciate that. My goal is to get more reviews than John Boy in 20 minutes. I don't think we're going to do that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Once again, download the app. Stay tuned after the game. Join us right where you're watching, and you can hang out with Doug and hopefully have a happy win. Who are we?
I am me. You can find me at Brookmate3 and him at RealFRG. We're on Twitter and Instagram as well. We are at Dodgers Nation. Also on both. Stay with us all postseason long as we continue to do this. Also, Doug will be here in the post game all the time because Doug is the post game machine. He's Doug. He's Puppy Doug. We love him so much, guys. Thank you for being here with us on a Tuesday afternoon at a random ass time. We appreciate you guys. Tell your bosses we said hello. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tuesday.